Did you know that Moscow's architecture spans over 600 years of history, blending medieval, Asian, Byzantine, and Neo-Russian styles? You'll also find skyscrapers and other modern marvels here. If you're curious about which landmarks capture Moscow's unique history, culture, and beauty, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring 5 of the most iconic and breathtaking architectural gems that define the city's charm and grandeur. Then, stick around for a bonus attraction you won't want to miss. First up at number 5 is Kremlin, a historic complex at the heart of the city with tons of photo-worthy spots. One of which is the Grand Kremlin Palace, which was built from 1837 to 1849 under the rule of Tsar Nicholas I. It's a remarkable attraction that celebrates both beauty and history. It features an ornate Rococo style, and it stands as the official residence of none other than the Russian president, Vladimir Putin. Although tours to the inner sanctum of the palace are temporarily suspended, you can still enjoy the lavish facade and explore the surrounding areas, like the Armory Chamber. The Armory Chamber is a world-renowned treasure trove of precious and priceless ancient Russian regalia, royal vestments, gold and silverware, arms and armor, royal carriages, and so much more. Admission is 1,200 rubles with discounts for kids, and if you prefer, you can snag an audio guide for 1,600 rubles. On top of those, you can also check out the cathedrals in the district. The notable ones include the Assumption Cathedral, which has been the principal cathedral of the Russian state and the burial place of patriarchs and metropolitans for centuries, the Archangel Cathedral, which is the burial place of the Grand Princes of Moscow, and the Annunciation Cathedral, which is one of the oldest monuments that houses rich works of art. You'll find these at Cathedral Square, where you can admire the stunning architecture and the intricate interiors for 800 rubles. And if you'd like an audio guide, it's available for 1,200 rubles. Coming in at number 4, we have Arbat Street, arguably the most famous street in all of Moscow. Located in the historic center of the capital, between Arbatskaya and Smolenskaya Senaya squares, this 1.2-kilometer stretch is lined with buildings in diverse architectural styles. So, let me take you on a walking tour, starting from Arbatskaya Metro Station, Line 3. Opened in 1953, it's one of the city's most luxurious stations, featuring elements of Moscow Baroque, including marble, multicolored granite floors, chandeliers, floral reliefs, and arches. As you exit the station, you'll spot the reception house of the Government of the Russian Federation, also known as the Arseny Morozov House. Its unique architectural style blends Art Nouveau and eclecticism, which is quite a rare combination in Moscow. Next, head to Arbatskaya Square to find the Khudozhestveni Movie House. Originally opened as a theater in 1909, this venue is famous for hosting the premiere of the first Soviet sound film. Continuing along Arbat Street, you'll reach the Prague Restaurant, which dates back to 1872. It's an emblematic landmark frequented by famous figures like Anton Chekhov, Leo Tolstoy, and Ivan Bunin. A little further down, you'll come across the Vakhtangov State Academic Theater, a cultural spot built in 1921. Although it was nearly destroyed during an airstrike in 1941, it was rebuilt between 1946 and 1947 and later restored in 2011. The theater now accommodates 1,055 seats and remains a hub of creativity and artistic performances. At the intersection of 37 Arbat Street and Krivoarbatsky Street, you'll find the Tsoi Wall, a graffiti wall paying tribute to the late Russian rock star Viktor Tsoi and his band, Kino. This wall serves as a memorial for Tsoi, who passed away in a car accident in 1990. Tourists come and visit to commemorate his music. That's not all. As you continue along the street, you'll discover a variety of interesting statues, buildings, and shops. All in all, plan to spend at least 2 hours exploring, or longer if you decide to stop for a meal or some shopping. At number 3, we have the most iconic structure in Moscow, St. Basil's Cathedral. Constructed between 1555 and 1561 by the order of Ivan the Terrible, this landmark memorializes the capture of Kazan and Astrakhan. What makes this architectural marvel stand out is its vibrant, bulbous domes that blend Russian, Byzantine, and Asian architectural styles. With a history spanning nearly 500 years, it has become a symbol of Russia's cultural identity, serving various purposes over time, from a church to a museum, and now as an emblem of Russian heritage. Because of this, it has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Legend has it that Ivan the Terrible ordered the architects to be blinded so they could never create anything equally beautiful ever again. So if you want to revel in this one-of-a-kind masterpiece, visit it during the day to see its vivid colors in full effect, and at night to see it illuminated after dark. While some might be content to admire it from the outside, I recommend taking the extra step to explore the interior. For 700 rubles, you can experience the cathedral's rich history up close. Inside, you'll discover that the domes belong to 9 distinct chapels, each with its own symbolism. The central tower houses the Church of the Intercession of the Mother of God. Surrounding it are 4 larger chapels atop octagonal towers: the Church of St. Cyprian and Justina, the Church of the Holy Trinity, the Church of the Icon of St. Nicholas, the Miracle Worker, and the Church of the Entry of the Lord into Jerusalem. The 4 smaller towers in between pay tribute to the struggle against Kazan, and you guessed it, the interiors are just as mesmerizing as the cathedral's facade. From one chapel to the next, you'll uncover the cathedral's medieval past, learn about the Russian holy fools, and discover hidden wall compartments where treasures were kept. Plus, you'll get to explore the secrets of the cathedral's unique acoustics. St. Basil's Cathedral is an absolute must-see, so be sure to make time for it. Moving on to number 2, take some time to wander around the iconic Red Square after exploring St. Basil's Cathedral. Known for its striking architecture and grand buildings, Red Square is not just the heart and soul of Moscow, but of Russia as a whole. Standing in the midst of it and taking in the surroundings, it's easy to assume the name comes from the red brick buildings, or perhaps as a nod to the communist past. But that's not the case at all. The Russian word for red, which is krasnaya, closely resembles the word krasivaya, meaning beautiful. Originally, it was called the Beautiful Square, but the name got lost in translation. Beyond St. Basil's, Red Square offers several other impressive landmarks. One that stands out is the Moscow State Historical Museum. It's one of 7 museums, and it has a striking neoclassical facade. Inside, it showcases more than 4 million artifacts related to Russian history, and you'll need at least a couple of hours to fully appreciate even a portion of what it has to offer. Another must-see is GUM, Russia's official state department store, which has become a hotspot for shoppers. Entering through the grand golden doors, you'll find over 150 luxury and world-renowned brands offering clothing and accessories for all tastes. On the surface, you might think that 150 shops is plenty, but it's nothing compared to the 1,000 stores it housed in the past. After a stroll around the department store, continue your cultural journey with a visit to Lenin's mausoleum, which opened in 1930. Despite its small size, it houses the embalmed corpse of the communist leader, Vladimir Lenin, who played a pivotal role in the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution. Although admission is free, there are always crowds of people lining up. So be prepared to wait, because it may take you an hour before you can enter. With so many attractions packed into one area, it's ideal to spend at least a full day here. And if you don't manage to cover everything, you can always return another day to see the rest. As you can tell by now, the architecture in Moscow is unlike anything you've seen before. It's so detailed, vibrant, and incredibly spectacular. But before we uncover what's at the top spot, here's a little bonus attraction I promised earlier. I'm taking you to Sergeyev Posad, the Orthodox Pearl of the Moscow region. Located 70 kilometers northeast of the capital, this quaint Russian town is home to the famous Trinity Lavra of St. Sergius Monastery, a centuries-old spiritual center of the Russian Orthodox Church. Besides the monastery, you can visit the local craft market to find unique souvenirs, savor traditional Russian delicacies at one of the town's restaurants, or explore the nearby museums, such as the Museum of Toys, showcasing over 30,000 toys, and the State History and Art Museum Preserve, featuring Russian decorative and applied arts. So, if you have an extra day to spare, plan a trip to this medieval city. Are you ready to see what's number 1 on the list? Taking the top spot is Kolomenskoye, a former royal estate located on the right bank of the Moskva River. Today, it's a public park featuring well-maintained gardens and stunning white stone churches. offering visitors a glimpse into Russia's royal past. One of the most interesting attractions here is the Museum of Wooden Architecture, founded by Pyotr Baranovsky. This open-air museum showcases significant structures from across Russia, each reflecting the country's diverse architectural heritage. The highlight, however, is the Grand Palace, which was built in 1667 by Tsar Alexis I. Crafted entirely from wood, the palace is famous for its enchanting fairy tale-like roofs and complex layout. The structure includes 250 rooms spread across 26 interconnected buildings, with a maze of halls and corridors linking them together. Do you want to learn a little fun fact about the palace? It was built without using any fasteners, like hooks or nails, which was groundbreaking. It's definitely one of those sites that you have to see to believe. Moscow's blend of stunning architecture and rich history makes it an unforgettable destination that you need to witness at least once in your life. Among the 5 landmarks, let me know which structure intrigued you the most in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love this next one.